Welcome back to the channel. Once again, if you guys like the content that we provide, to be sure to subscribe today so you don't miss any of the upcoming uploads. We have one more night left here for Indiana Speedway powered by Peak Performance. If you want to stay up to date with what's going on in this championship fight, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the upcoming content. And without further ado, let's get into the video. The penultimate round of Indiana Sprint Week has just wrapped up. We have one more night to go. We are live here from the Bloomington Speedway here in Bloomington, Indiana, and we have one more race to go as we're going to head 2 hours south down to Haubstadt, Indiana, to the beautiful and exciting little bull ring known as Tri-State Speedway. This is my first time at this racetrack. It won't be my first time at Tri-State. I love Tri-State. I love going down to that racetrack. It is a fun little racetrack. It hosts great racing, whether it's winged sprint cars, late models, or of course, wingless sprint cars. So it's going to be an exciting night to decide this championship here for Indiana Sprint Week powered by Peak Performance. First time here, like I said, exciting little racetrack. This track is just about as historic as Terre Haute Speedway. You think of the names that went there, you know the names that came out of here. Kinser, every single one of them cut their teeth at this racetrack. You think of the amount of championships and Knoxville wins and everything else that's happened that came out of this dirt here. Absolutely beautiful facility, absolutely exciting facility. I'm going to be coming back here at some point. I know that for a fact, whether it's a spectator or covering this event, thanks to you guys as well as our friends over at Peak Performance. Looking into tonight's race though, some major championship deciding moments. First off, Briggs Danner had a rough night out at Terre Haute. Tonight, didn't start off much better. During qualifying, didn't have that good of a first lap, was outside the top 30, heading into turn 4 on his final lap coming to the finish line, hopped the cushion in turn number 4, went over the hill, smacked the wall, took out the ladder, and had to go repair his car. Did not have a good starting spot for the heats. He was able to transfer after fighting his way all the way up into the 4th or 3rd position. Looking at it, yeah, he found his way into the last transfer spot. So he had to start all the way at the back of the field for the A main and just ran the soup. What an incredible recovery job, just like a Terre Haute, if not better. I think he might have finished in the top 10. I didn't exactly take a look at that. We'll see where he finished when we look at the top 10 results later on in the video. As for the top 2 in the championship, Logan Seavey, Kevin Thomas Jr. was a 2-point deficit, if I remember correctly, heading into this event. By the end of qualifying in the heat, Logan Seavey had jumped to KTJ and had a 10-point lead heading into the future event. An incredible job for Logan Seavey. I talked to him back at Circle City Raceway, and he said that his goal for tonight was to leave here with enough of a cushion because he didn't feel as confident heading into Haubstadt. So he wanted to have something to rely on in case that race went south. He did just that, but not as good as, again, KTJ right on his heels. Another incredibly consistent run that's really going to benefit him as he tries to go for his 3rd rocking chair here for Indiana Sprint Week. We're looking at the results through qualifying as well as the heat. Your hot lap number 1 qualifier was Logan Seavey, like I said, maxing out as many points as he can. Did not have as much luck in heat number 1. He did finish in 2nd, so he got 7 points instead of 8. So an incredible job. He was 1 short of maxing out on everything he could have. As for Kevin Thomas Jr., he finished 3rd in heat number 3, qualified 3rd. So not as many points. That's where that 10-point advantage came from heading into the A main here tonight. As for your winners, Kyle Shipley won in heat number 1, Kyle Cummins in heat number 2, Chase Stockin, your winner last night out of Terre Haute, Ty Mihako won heat 4, Ricky Lewis won heat number 5. And then the transfers, you had Carson Garrett, Gunnar Setzer, Hunter Maddox, and Chris Davis Jr. A lot to look forward to, a lot to recap here in our highlights. Let's take a look at that, courtesy from our friends over at Peak Performance.
Protect your vehicle with Peak Original Equipment Technology. Our formulas match the vehicle manufacturer's technology requirements so that we have the perfect match for every vehicle.
CJ Leary and Chance Crum will lead the field to tonight's 30-lap feature event at the Sheldon Kinser Memorial, and from the jump, it would once again be the CJ Leary show as he would clear Crum off a 2 and begin to build a massive lead in the opening laps of the race. Behind them, Logan Seavey would quickly start making moves after starting in the 6th position. By lap 4, he had already passed Indiana Sprint Week Championship rival Kevin Thomas Jr. and advanced himself up into the 2nd spot. On lap 10, Seavey would catch up to the 21AZ of Leary and begin a fight for the race lead as both cars would swap lanes trying to find momentum to get around each other before Leary's right rear tire would go down, forcing the first caution of the race. CJ would bring it into the work area and get the tire replaced in order to rejoin the race at the back of the field. On the restart, Seavey would get the jump he needed and set sail as Chance Crum and Kevin Thomas Jr. battled for the runner-up spot. The second caution would come out just before halfway as Robert Ballou would catch one of the tires in the infield and send his car flipping end over end down the backstretch before coming to a stop. Ballou would immediately hop out of the top and make the walk back to the pits, signaling the end of his night. On the next restart, Seavey would once again get a good launch and begin to pull away as Crum desperately tried to keep within pace of the 57 car. Meanwhile, further back, Briggs Danner once again find himself charging up the order. After starting on the last row, he would find himself fighting for a top 10 spot by the time the race hit 10 to go. Meanwhile, up front, it would be the Logan Seavey show as he would go unchallenged for the remainder of the event, become the first repeat winner of this year's Indiana Sprint Week and claim the win at Bloomington. And looking at your top 10 results here from tonight at Bloomington Raceway, Logan Seavey, the first one to capture multiple wins this year for Indiana Sprint Week. Kevin Thomas Jr., though, finishing right on his heels. So Logan Seavey will have some bit of a cushion heading into Haubstadt, but not much that he would have liked. Chance Crum, an incredible run in the third position. Mitchell Moles, another consistent run in fourth. Kyle Cummins, again, improving back to that consistency that gave him the national championship points lead. He now runs in fifth. Ty Mihako, your heat winner earlier tonight in heat number 4, he finishes in the 6th spot. Chase Stock in your heat number 3 winner, and your winner back at Terre Haute last night finishes 7th. Hayden Reinbold had a bit of a rough start to the A main. He finishes 9th, and he finishes 8th. Jake Swanson, another consistent top 10. And how about Gunnar Setzer running from the last chance qualifier in the B main? He finishes in 10th. And yet again, Briggs Danner runs from the back of the field, finishes 12th. It's not going to help him too much for his championship fight to go for the Indiana Sprint Week title, but it's going to be enough to maybe give him a shot heading into the event. And looking at your unofficial points after race 7 of Indiana Sprint Week at the Bloomington Speedway, Logan Seavey now finds himself back up top in the lead of the Indiana Sprint Week's championship standings as he now holds a meager 4-point lead over second place Kevin Thomas Jr. Briggs Danner's impressive run up to 12th would not be enough to keep him in contention for the Indiana Sprint Week title as he now sits in third, now 43 points back. Mitchell Moles now boosts himself up into the 4th spot, 52 back, with Kyle Cummins now promoted up into the top 5, 59 back. Jake Swanson stays in the 6th spot, with Robert Ballou's disappointing race now dropping him all the way down to 7th, 82 behind. With CJ Lear in 8th place, only 92 points behind, 10 behind Ballou. Chase Stockton promotes himself up to the 9th spot, and Gunnar Setzer drops to 10th, 119 points off the top. Logan, we talked to Circle City, and you said your goal for tonight, leaving here, was to have as much of a cushion as you could of leaving Haubstadt. Besides the heat, you pretty much maxed out on points. You're just one short of maxing out. Is this what you wanted as you head for the last race of Indiana Sprint Week?
Yeah, we did pretty much everything we could, like you said. Almost max points tonight. So, yeah, we're doing everything we can in our power to try to have a shot here. And, yeah, KT's having another great week, too. So it's coming down to the wire, and I think that's what everyone wants to see. So, yeah, two guys going to battle here, going to Haubstadt. So, yeah, I'm excited to get down there. These guys have been doing so good for me all week and working all night, every night pretty much. And I know most of these teams out here are doing the same. So, yeah, it's just a long week, and that's what Indiana Sprint Week's about. So we've got a lot of support this week and guys that have come in from out of town to make sure we're, on our game. And, yeah, we've been doing a good job at that this week. So haven't been, we've been very good, obviously, but we haven't been as good as we all want to be. And we've left a lot of points out there on the table. But, yeah, still going into the final now with the lead. Can't complain too much from my seat. So, yeah, like I said, my guys are doing good, and the Mountain Mechanical car is super fast every night. So we'll go down to Haubstadt and yeah, hopefully show up with some speed and unload with some speed and give these guys a good show.
And you talked about having max points leaving here tonight, such a good performance, but yet, even when you're at your best, KTJ's right there on your heels. What was the reaction when you saw that he finished second, knowing that he was, even though you could have had max points, he's right there still nipping at your heels?
Yeah, exactly. That's just part of it. If you're trying to gain as much as you can, but the guy right behind us in points is right on us. So, and he's not making any mistakes. He's not crashing. He's not having any bad nights. So, yeah, he's just putting together a good week as well. So, yeah, like I said, two teams that have been really consistent all week, and that's kind of what Indiana Sprint Week comes down to. So, yeah, I'm glad we can get another win tonight. Obviously, winning anytime is really good, but winning during Sprint Week is great to keep some momentum. This is a week where I feel like when I do get winning, we can win a lot of races in a row, or a lot of races throughout the week. And yeah, years ago I think we won 4, and last year we won 3 or 4. So yeah, hopefully we can come out tomorrow with another win. But yeah, like I said, no matter what happens tomorrow, I'm just proud of the whole Abacus team. And yeah, I think we're all excited to get down there. It's a place in the past where I've never been excited to go to, but we've been showing some speed lately, and yeah, I think we've got a great shot at it.
You know, as you head into tomorrow, you're going to be heading in there on the points lead on full defense, trying to take away that rocking chair come tomorrow night. What's the game plan and the strategy? How do you approach it? And, you know, what is your goal as you head into qualifying just to get set for the night?
Yeah, that's a place that's so tricky to get grip and get traction. So it's just a place that when we go down there and we unload fast, we're really good all night and we can compete for the win. And, you know, it's a place that we've also struggled with in the past and have unloaded, you know, not very great and just kind of struggled all day. So, yeah, we've got a game plan, hopefully just to have speed in our race car. That's the first key there, is making sure we have some speed early and have speed, like I said, just have speed qualifying, try to get as many points as possible like we do every other night. So, yeah, like I said, not my best track on paper, but it's a place that we have some momentum going into, and not only off of the last few nights, but just momentum off our last few showings there. And yeah, like I said, I know these guys are going to be working hard to get me a car that gets really fast there, and yeah, I just got to be confident all day, and yeah, there's no doubt that we can go race with these guys, and hopefully, you know, keep them behind us all night.
Hey, Kevin Thomas Jr., not the win, but again, incredible consistency all week long. I believe with what I calculated, you're about 13 points away from Logan Seavey heading into Haubstadt. Got for real excited knowing that you're nipping right on the heels of him, even if you can't get these wins like he is.
I mean, we're 4 points out, so we were, you know, we had a good car there. Obviously, we ran second, but you know, he found the bottom right before I did, and I knew I should have got down. I felt like we had you know, me and him were pretty equal, but I feel like we ran second with the fastest race car, and that was pretty unfortunate. But you know, we're going into Haubstadt tomorrow, a place that obviously I like, so you know, I feel pretty good about it.
You know, you going into Haubstadt, talk to Seavey, he's not as confident in there. Does it just kind of boost that confidence a little bit, knowing that the first win might come when you need it the most to try and seal to get that rocking chair yet again?
I mean, every time I go to Haubstadt, I feel like I can win. So, you know, the confidence is always there, whether it's sprint week or not sprint week, you know, in any other race too. So, you know, I feel good about it. Our car's rolling around really, really well in places that we haven't notoriously been good at. And, you know, a good solid week is, you know, coming to an end tomorrow at one of my favorite places. So it's about all I can ask for.
You know, you talk about having the confidence going in there, liking that track so much. What's the game plan going to be like where you head into the A-main and set yourself up nicely to try and take the win like that?
Just win, man. You got no other option. You know, and I know there's, you know, a short enough points battle that, you know, if I mean, whenever they run down over the radio, you can usually hear where people are. So, but that's not what we're going for. We're going to win. I want to win. I've won the most sprint week or the most USAC races at Haubstadt, but I've never won a sprint week race. So, I would like to check that one off the list.
And that is going to wrap up the video here tonight. Once again, if you guys like sprint car racing content, if you like dirt racing content, please share this video with people you know, so that way we can try and boost this channel, so that way we can have more opportunities to do cool stuff like this. Indiana is so chock full of sprint car racing. I want to go cover everything that I can, but I can only do that if you guys prove that it's worth doing. So again, for the ones who have watched this, thank you so much. Please share this video so that way we can have more opportunities to come out here and do this. We're looking forward to tomorrow night. Man, you couldn't ask for a better recipe for an incredible night of racing. You're going to have about a 3-car fight. Robert Ballou, sadly, was in 4th. Hit that tire, flipped it massively. His chances of winning sprint week are over. His chances of $25,000 are over. Not a good result for him. Just kind of, again, following that rhythm he's had all sprint week. Every other race, it's either he's doing really good or he's doing really bad. I started back in Indianapolis. Had an engine go bad, lost it there. Won at Lincoln Park. A rough night down in Lawrenceburg where he wrecked there. Came back, a solid finish in Kokomo, finishing 2nd. Rough night yet again when we went out to, I believe it was Circle City. And then we went out to Terre Haute and lost to 2nd to Chase Stockton in an incredible battle, and then comes here tonight, again, rolls it over. So, a really rough pattern for Robert Ballou. I feel really bad for him. I hope he's able to turn around. His chances of winning sprint week are over. For the guys who are going to be able to win sprint week, the ones I'm looking at, Kevin Thomas Jr., Logan Seavey, and then now your odd man out, the long shot odds, Briggs Danner. He looked like he had this race in the bag. He was running away with the points lead with how consistently he was running. We went to Terre Haute, rough night there, rough night here. That has erased everything that he had built up. He's going to have a really hard time tomorrow trying to win it, but if he can do it, it's going to be one of the most historic things you're going to see. But a gladiator fight between Kevin Thomas Jr. and Logan Seavey. I cannot wait to head down to Haubstadt to watch this. It is going to be a barn burner of a race. I cannot wait to go down there and see how this story plays out. Who I think is going to win? Just based off of Logan Seavey's confidence, I have to go with Kevin Thomas Jr. The consistency is incredible from him. I know it's what we're used to out of Kevin Thomas Jr. He's one of the best racers in the world when it comes to sprint car racing, both winged and non-winged and midgets and whatever else. But I mean, you look at it, his worst finish is 7th, and outside of that, the worst he finished was, I believe, 5th, and then the rest were 3rd, and now a 2nd. If he keeps this up with the consistency he's having, Logan Seavey is going to need to pray that he either wrecks or has an engine failure, unless he just has a miracle run to be able to have a shot at winning in Haubstadt tomorrow. It's going to be interesting. I cannot wait to see how it plays out. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so that way you guys don't miss any of the uploads, especially for tomorrow night as we get set to wrap up the Indiana Sprint Week powered by Peak Performance. I do want to give one more shout out. Peak Performance has been great to us. Thank you guys so much for allowing us to have the opportunity to do this. I mean, Peak Performance has just been great partners, both in the NHRA side as well as giving me the opportunity to do this and greenlight this. This is going to be exciting. I can't wait to see how it turns out. Be sure to go join the Peak Squad down below. The link's in the description. Follow me on all social media pages, Mighty Mac 03 on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Hit the subscribe button. Tell me who you think is going to win Indiana Sprint Week. And until tomorrow night, from the Tri-State Speedway in Haubstadt, Indiana, this has been Mighty Mac.